Before I get too deep into this one, I'm going to give you an update on that 17 seer 5-stage unit. I went back out there the next morning. This would have been my last video. Went back out there the next morning and called Tech Support. And I think I got the guy in Charlotte. We got one in Raleigh and one in Wilmington. Got him on the phone. We went through. We owned out the compressor, which was good. We checked the harness. There's 2 legs of that harness. One's got the little donut on it, and it plugs into the main harness coming off the compressor. Checked all that. Worked fine. Harness was fine. Compressor ohmed out. It's a 3-phase compressor, 0.5 ohms all the way around. That was correct. He couldn't figure anything out, so we got on a group 3-way call with the guy out of Texas at the factory, Tech Support, and we went through all the same stuff, and he kind of came to the conclusion. I felt like it was the drive. He came to the conclusion that it was the compressor. Now this is an XV system. This isn't the multi-stage. This is one I'm here for. He's getting a bad suction line temperature sensor fault at his thermostat. But anyway, he came to the conclusion, recommended replacing the compressor. We had a conversation. He wasn't quite sure because he hadn't seen it before, so he couldn't tell me 100% positive, and I kind of took the route of letting him know that, the man just bought 2 of these systems 2 weeks ago, and he wasn't, I don't think he was looking forward to having open heart surgery on a brand new system, putting a compressor in it, and then if we do all that work and it doesn't fix the problem because it's a guess, then it's going to even be a bigger issue. So they decided to go ahead and give us another outdoor unit. So we went back the day after that and put a new outdoor unit on that house, and it's been working fine ever since. So that was the resolve of that one. So we never figured out exactly which one it was. I think it was that MOC drive in that unit. The factory said they thought it was the compressor, even though it wasn't even hooked to low voltage. Maybe it does some kind of pre-test, I don't know. But everything with the compressor tested fine, and I just didn't think open heart surgery on a 2-week-old unit was the right answer for the homeowner. So they supplied us a new outdoor unit, and we swapped that out, and he's up and running. He's taken care of. So on this one, we're getting the the suction line temperature sensor deal right there, which on these straight AC XVs is not necessarily, it doesn't stop it from running, but it constantly shows that fault on the thermostat because it's a communicating system, and that can be a little annoying. It'll work without it. The heat pump in heat mode, the suction line temperature sensor and a heat pump, there's going to be an EEV outside. This one's a straight AC. It doesn't have it, but it uses that suction line temperature sensor. And this one does it. It's got the suction pressure transducer in there. It monitors the superheat on this outdoor unit, but when the sensor goes bad, it'll let it keep running. It's just got a case coil upstairs, but the heat pump version running in heat, if that sensor goes bad and it can't properly operate the EEV, then you got some problems. Then it'll start shutting down and doing all kind of stupid stuff. So anyway, we're going to check that sensor real quick. We'll unplug it from up here, and actually we'll ohm it out from where it's plugged up right here to this drive. These 2 orange wires right there, and check our DC volts on it and see what it's doing for us. And my needle probe leads for this meter have disappeared, or either I've stuck them somewhere and I don't remember where they're at, but I think these leads are sharp enough to get in there and make some contact on that particular plug. So we'll ohm it out and verify it. As many times as I replaced probably about 8 of these sensors this summer already. Check this for DC voltage. And volts DC. And it's giving me 3.1 volts DC. And we'll look at our chart real quick in the book, if I can find it. I think it's back here in the back. The pages on these books start sticking together after a while. And it gets a little aggravating. My XV book from the training class is in the truck. It's more of a binder style book. It's a little bit, there we go, it's a little bit better. Coil and suction line temperature sensor. So right there, so we're getting 3.1 volts DC right there, and the chart stops at 2.7 right there, and that's minus 15 degrees. So this sensor's, it is what it is. That's the most common problem with these units, these temperature sensors. It's the 6706 fault or something like that from the thermostat. As soon as I heard what it was, I knew what the problem was going to be. So I brought one, and where's it at? Right here in my box. So we'll get it swapped out, and then we will check it and see if we are getting the correct temperature on this. Getting the plug back through this little hole up here is the hardest part of swapping it out. Well, that one wasn't so bad. So we will plug it back together, and I will snap this back onto the suction line. Right there is where it goes. It plugs in, everything in here kind of plugs back in and feeds to this main terminal on the top of this thing. The ambient sensor, the suction pressure transducer, the coil temperature sensor, but there's not one in this unit, so there's not going to be one plugged up to that. The heat pump version has that for the defrost control part of it. So this thing just came on, so this thermostat just started calling. So let's go in here real quick and hold these two buttons down for about 10 seconds, and then you can go into your menu, and then once it shows monitor, I don't know if you can see that or not, scroll down to system, then scroll over one, then scroll down. It gives you your compressor speed, and you're in cooling mode. Load shed's not hooked up, so it's showing 72 degrees as our ambient, which is about what it is. I got 71 out here right now. It's finally cooled off, thank goodness. The humidity's dropped, the heat is gone for a little bit of a break this week. And our suction temperature sensor is now showing 64 degrees. So kind of simple, but that's the common problem in these units, is not so much this, it's these sensors in it. So it is what it is. It's better than a compressor going bad or coil spring in a leak. I'm sure that's going to happen in the near future, but I mean, these units, they, minus the sensor issues, these XV systems, this is the 18 seer, the 20 seer has got the weather guard top on it. He's got two 18 seers out here, one for downstairs, one for upstairs. So it's running real low right now. Let's see what our compressor speed is. 1788 RPM. And compressor demand, let's see if it shows dome temperature sensor there, suction line temperature, suction pressure, and then you can get your superheat. It'll monitor the superheat on the unit. The newer models will give you your discharge and your outdoor coil temperature, and then you can come in here and actually get your superheat and subcooling while it's running without having to hook gauges to it. I still like to hook, yeah, this thing's quiet right now. It's running real low. It's probably getting ready to shut off. It's only 72 degrees outside, so. But anyway, that's kind of how you go through that and look at all that and you can go in here and find out the fault history on it, current alerts, things like that. Compressor state, yeah, see now we're all the way down to 900 RPMs. So that thing's getting ready to shut off here in a minute. Anyway, guys, another bad sensor on an XV system. So anyway, appreciate you watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.